and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I am here to see how we did for October. So we're going to take a look at what we spent for October, compare it to what we budgeted, and see how much we're over or under for the month. I can tell you guys without even, getting into the numbers just yet, that this month was definitely very interesting. We just came off of like a big sale month, which means of course that like sales are a little bit down. We also moved into a new office space, which means that expenses are a little bit higher. So we just had a lot going on, and then on top of that, having that type of big change definitely means that like we have less time at home to cook and do things like that. So you guys are going to see those numbers very much reflected in this budget, but I just wanted to let you guys know sometimes things happen and you guys don't even really see it on, in these videos. But yeah, that's kind of what we're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I'm going to go one by one with our variable expenses, see what we're at, and then we'll go into our sinking funds and kind of close those out as well. Okay, so let's just go through. I'm gonna start with our utilities, and I actually have the bills in my inbox right now. I need to pay those at some point. They're not due until like the middle of November, so it's not a huge rush, but I just want to like write those in, and then later today I'll go ahead and pay those. So for our electric, it came in at $84.73. Okay, camera's dying, memory card's full, I swear. So $100 minus $84.73, we are $15.27 under. So that's really good. That's kind of like the norm. Right around this time is when our electric starts getting lower, but our gas bill starts getting higher, which is the case. So our gas bill ended up being $48.26, so still a little bit lower, but again, very soon, now that we've had the heat on and stuff, it's going to be getting much higher. So that brings us to a total under budget for that of $11.74. Let me pull up, I know this is like, I'm doing like a million things at the same time as doing this video, but guys, the funny thing is about this month is I feel like I've been so busy, but I feel like I don't get very much done. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I normally before these videos will go through and like pay all the bills and stuff like that, but I just have not had time. I stayed up super late working on custom scripts last night. So anyway, I want to pull up and just make sure that our bill is what I think it's what it should be. But this website's always kind of slow. So let's see. Okay, I think it's gonna be $195. Yeah, it's $195.51 for our cable and internet. So 200 minus 195.51, that is $4.49 under budget. So we have a good start there. Next is going to be groceries. So what I like to do for groceries is I like to use my weekly check-in because I do a lot of work during these weekly check-ins to add things up, so it just makes the most sense to use some of the work that I've already done to make this process easier. This process can definitely feel overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie, especially when you have like a business budget and a family budget. Like sometimes I'm just like, oh gosh, I have a lot to do to even like close this out. But if you just take it step by step, it gets a lot less overwhelming. So I like to do this. I say, okay, last time we checked in, we have this amount, and I look at our budget. So I start with our budget, $600. That's what we have here. And then I will subtract out if we have something remaining. So if we had like $5 remaining, I would subtract it out and I would know, okay, we spent $5.95 as of this point in time. But of course, last time we checked in, we were over budget by $2.74. So I know as of week 4, last time we checked in, we spent $602.74. So I'm just gonna take a look at our monthly spread, because this is where I track all of our variable expenses, and I just want to make sure that we did not pick up anything else from any grocery stores, and we did not. So we know that we haven't spent anything since the last weekly check-in, so we spent $602.74 for the month. So we are just over by $2.74 for the month, which is awesome when it comes to groceries. If you guys have been around for a while, you know that groceries has been one of those categories that we just have to kind of like reevaluate, just because with prices going up and with us trying to eat more healthy, it just seems like our budget was set too low, which this month obviously it seems right about where it needs to be, which is good. I'm gonna do the same exact thing for eating out. So we had $300 for eating out as of, you know, for the entire month. And then if we take a look, we were over budget by $58.24 as of the last weekly check-in. So we're over budget already. And if we take a look at what we spent, we did end up going out a few times. And I knew that. I told you guys before in the last weekly check-in, I don't worry too much about being over. I feel like this month has been crazy. I feel like I say that every single month, but we just have busy lives. We have 2 kids, a business, we have lots of family and friends around. It seems like it's happening even more so, like my sister's gonna be moving. So we're just really busy, and if we have to eat out to make things convenient, I'm okay with it. I think the biggest thing is you just have to figure out what works for you, and if you have wiggle room and you're okay with some of that money that would go towards other goals, going towards eating out and making your life convenient, then go for it. But of course, if you're on a very tight budget and you only have a set amount, then of course you have to work with that set amount. So just do what works best for you. I think that's the biggest takeaway from budgeting in general. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in all of the extra eating out that we had. So Jason and Mila actually came to the office on Friday. They brought us some Brown's chicken. That was $26.75. We had lunch at the office for the first time. It was super cute. And we like treated my brother and everything too. And then we actually went to a farm near us on Saturday after we cleaned the house, and we just picked up Wendy's on the way home because Jason and Macy were actually running to a movie. Mila needed to go down for a nap. It was kind of like a very hectic afternoon. So anyway, we picked up Wendy's for the family for lunch. That was $10.40. And then we got Domino's on Sunday for lunch right before we went trick-or-treating. It was just kind of a nice thing. Jason was watching football. The girls both took a nap. So we just picked up some Domino's. So that brings us to a total of $409.11 for eating out. So definitely over budget there. I'm hoping in November that we are able to stick more to our budget. We never go into the month thinking like, oh yeah, we're just going to like completely blow our eating out budget. I just feel like when I created this budget, we weren't even planning on moving my office, like a set date of moving my office. I had like this idea like, oh, I would love to move my office, but I didn't have it like set in stone. So, yeah, I just feel like that definitely influenced our eating out because it's just been a little bit more hectic around the house. But anyway, so $109.11 over budget for eating out. Household, I'm not sure if I don't think we picked up anything else. So we budgeted $150, and last time we checked in, we were $158.02 over budget. So I think that was it. I don't think we had any other, I don't think we had any other expenses related to that. So for household, we spent $308.02. And again, we're just over budget by that $158.02. So a little bit about household. If you guys haven't watched the weekly check-ins this month, there were a couple of things that we picked up that were not expected. Normally, if we are going to pick up something that's a little bit more expensive, I would do that as a separate budget category. It just makes the most sense. So kind of like how this Halloween is in here, I would just add like a separate one. So one thing that we picked up that we weren't really anticipating, but we always knew that like it would come eventually, is new towels, because we have really old towels. I think the last time that we picked up towels were when me and Jason got married. We got a bunch from our registry. That was 8 years ago, so it's been a while, and our family has expanded obviously by 2 people. So Mila is officially like using normal towels, not baby towels. She's too little or too big for them, which is kind of sad. But anyway, our family has expanded. We use towels a lot to like make sure that water's not like soaking the bottom of the floor by the tub. So we needed towels for a while, and I've even put money in our budget for towels, but we just never picked them up. And then this month, Jason finally found some that he really loved. I'm telling you guys, these towels are amazing. They're from Costco. They're white towels, which is nice because Jason likes to bleach a lot of our white stuff, and they're like the most comfy towels. And it works out because now the girls use the older towels. We can use the older towels to like, you know, put on the floor in the bathroom to like soak up some of the water that ends up getting splashed. And then me and Jason have some of the bigger towels for us. So it works out nicely, but that was something that we weren't anticipating. We also weren't anticipating buying, I think we bought some like greens for me, which like helps with bloating and things like that. I'm trying to think of what else we picked up. I know we got a lot of stuff from Costco, which we stocked up on and will be good for a while. But anyway, just a lot of little things. And normally I would like separate that out and say, okay, if we're gonna buy towels, I'll put towels in here as a separate line item. But we found what we wanted. We knew we had some wiggle room in the budget, so we picked it up. So again, not something that like I aim for, that I'm like, oh yeah, this month I just want to blow my budget. But I also think, you know, life happens, and as long as you have the room in your budget, it's okay. It's okay to spend your own money, guys. Next is going to be gas for our cars. So we budgeted $200 for the month. Last time we checked in, we had $27.34 remaining, which means we spent $172.66. And the only car that we filled up was my Prius, which was $27.07. And that brings us to right about what we budgeted at $199.73. So if we subtract out $200, we have 27 cents remaining. What did I say that was? I'll just put in 0.27, and then if I add 200, 199.73. I can tell you guys that going forward, I think that our budget for gas will be going down. I think in November I'll leave it at 200 just to be safe. I haven't even put together that budget, guys, yet. I'm behind. I'm telling you, for some reason, budgeting always seems like the last thing that happens nowadays. But I'm not commuting as long. Like, my commute was one way, 30 minutes at least. So that will really drop down our gas expenses, I think. So anyway, we'll see. I'm not going to change it in November just to be safe, but we'll kind of see. And also my sister's moving here in November, and she's actually going to be living like in Chicago for a while her house is getting done. So I don't want to do that because we might be doing some extra driving and things like that as well. So we'll see. In November, like at the end of November, we'll reevaluate, see how things are going. Aftercare was $280. That's like a set amount. I paid that in the beginning of the month. I also paid it again for November. Halloween is next. So we did have a couple Halloween expenses. So we picked up the girls' costumes. That was $80. Through, I think it's Spirit is who we bought the costume from. They had this thing where you could donate money to a good cause, and so we actually donated some money as well while we were there. So that was $80 total. And then I actually picked up like little goodie bags for Macy and her friends. They had like a little Halloween thing on Friday. I'm the worst at preparing for things like that. I should have like made cute stickers and did everything really cute. Instead, I waited until Thursday and like had to go to the Dollar Tree, and it was just, next time I'll be more prepared. But all the goodies and stuff were $33.22. So we spent $113.22 for Halloween, which is not too bad. It's a little bit more than what I thought we would spend, but I honestly didn't anticipate even like picking up like goodie bags and stuff. I didn't think that was a thing. For some reason I thought, at least at Macy's old school, they didn't allow you to bring candy or snacks or anything, and like her new school, like the public school, they're a little bit more lenient on that type of stuff. So anyway, Macy got to have a fun Halloween party. And for unbudgeted, we had nothing for unbudgeted, which is amazing. It's so good. So I like to see that. So we're definitely going to be over budget, but not by much, which is good. I wish I could say the same thing for my business budget, because my business budget is definitely severely over budget. Again, I wasn't like necessarily super planning on moving, and I didn't anticipate all the stuff that went along with it. So not a bad thing, just definitely not going to be my best month there. I'm gonna go ahead and add up all of the actual items. I'll total that all up, and then I wanna do the same thing for over and under just to see how we're doing. So $84.73, $48.26, $195.51, $602.74, $409.11, $308.02, $199.73, $330, $280, $113.22, $26.45, and 0. So that brings us to a total. Let me actually write this on a sticky note, because I'm not about to have to write things out today. So 521632, and if I do the same thing over here, I'm going to do the negatives first. So 274, 109.11, 158.02, and then if I subtract out 1527, 1174, 449 and 27 cents, that's $238 over budget. Again, not bad at all. So if I do 521632 minus 4965, that should be 238. See, I knew I did something wrong. Okay, let's try this again. 521632 minus 4965 should be 251. So we're off by something. 238.10. 13. Oh, I missed the Halloween, I bet. So 274, 109, 109.11, 158.02, and 1322 minus 1527, 1174, 449 and 27 cents. This is 251.32, and if I do 5216.32 minus what we budgeted, should be 251.32. So that's kind of why I like to do that. I don't want to white things out. I feel like it just kind of looks messy. I would rather like have it like be a little bit more clean. So we spent $5,216.32. We were $251.32 over budget. So again, not great, but considering the month that we had, I wouldn't say that was like horrible. Next, we're gonna look at our sinking funds, because I feel like it's really important for us to like kind of start fresh with November. So I want to do this with you guys just so that it actually gets done. So I'm going to grab one of my mild liners. I think this should match pretty good. And I'm just going to go through like top to bottom and write everything in and total everything up. So it looks like we had two toll expenses for $40. This is also another item that will not be as much because I was going through tolls every day and now I will not be. So we had $21.65. We spent $40. So we have negative $18.35 there. Again, that's something that will go away now. Next we have family pictures. This was for Macy's school pictures of $24.50, and I'm pretty sure that's the only item that we did for family pictures. We actually decided to wait until like the spring or summer to do family pictures. We normally would do them in the fall, but it got so cold here so quickly, and we just really don't want to have to go in the like freezing cold taking family pictures. We did it last year, and honestly, like I feel like it's just not really fun, especially with little kids. So we have $309 remaining in that account as of the end of October. Next is going to be entertainment, and we did use our entertainment fund a few times. So we have $10.52. This was for mine and Jason's date night. So $10.52, and then $54.79. And then we went with Macy to see the Addams Family movie. That was $12.02. And then we got some candy and stuff. That was $24.27. And we went to the pumpkin patch. That was $77.50 for everything there. And then we also treated Jason's parents to Maggiano's. That's like an Italian restaurant around Chicago area. That was $72.55. And then Jason and Macy went to go see another movie this past weekend. That was $24.39. So I can tell you already, I'm guessing that we're going to be over on entertainment. When I created the entertainment sinking fund for this month, I went into it thinking, okay, we'll probably have a couple little things, and then we'll like go to the pumpkin patch. I wasn't really anticipating buying dinner for Jason's parents, but we wanted to do that just to say thank you for, you know, letting me stay there, have my office there for 6 months. They never ask for anything from us. They're like seriously the sweetest people. But we wanted to do something nice for them, so we bought dinner. And again, not something that like we were anticipating, that I even thought about doing like before we knew we were going to move or anything, but I felt like it was a nice thing to do. So that brings us to a total spent of $276.04. And also, like, for those of you guys who may be wondering, in this situation and any situation where the sinking fund may be negative, all of our sinking funds are in one account. So the negative balances can be like floated by the positive balances, if that makes any sense. So it's not a big deal if we're over. The next month we'll just add enough to like true it up. That's kind of the way that we've been handling it. So we had $150 added to the account. We were already over by $872, and then we spent $276.04. So we are over by $134.76. So again, not something that we like to do, but some, you know, random things happened this month. Okay, next is going to be girls' clothes. So we really don't have to pick up too much for them, but we'll occasionally buy something for like a school function. Like Macy has like 90s days or neon days, and we don't always have stuff that goes along with it, so we'll just pick up a shirt here or whatever. Jason picked up some boots for Macy. That was $19.52. And then we picked up some more shoes for Macy. That was $67.10, and some new jammies. So she wanted some light up shoes. I guess a bunch of her classmates have them. And then she's running out of jammies. Like, she's growing like crazy. So that was $67.10 for all of that. And then I also picked up Macy a shirt for, again, one of those school things. So that was $8.99. And I think that's it for clothes for the girls. I think that's it. So that brings us to a total spent for the girls of $95.61. I wasn't really very consistent with this, so I'm going to put little marks there. Okay, so we started off with $214.42. We added $100, and then we spent $95.61. So we have $218.81 remaining there. And then we actually have some vacation expenses. I went to go visit my sister, so anything that went along with that, like, you know, food while traveling, or I think I like bought them dinner one night, I'm including in vacation. That's $146 there. And then I did end up picking up Macy and Mila a gift while I was there, so I'm including that also in vacation because I always like to do that. It just brings something home from them when I like travel somewhere. So that brings us to a total of $120.54. And let's see, we had $2,472.46. We added $500. I spent $120.54, so we currently have $2,851.92. So we're good there. Medical, we've had a lot of expenses related to medical expenses coming through for Macy's accident, and we actually have some more coming out in November, so that would be a part of our sinking funds for November. But we spent $534.45 on one of the bills, and then Macy also had like a doctor's appointment follow-up, so that was a $10 like copay, I think. So we spent $644.45 this month for those expenses. We started with $91.19. We added $700, and then we spent $644.45. So we have $146.74. So we'll definitely be adding to that next month, unfortunately. $31.11 for home maintenance. So this is like anything to maintain our home. Jason picked up some stuff for drains and then like filters, things like that. So we had that, and then $31.31, a lot of 30s here. Those were for filters, and I think one more, then $20.97 for some roundup for our house. So that brings us to a total spent of $83. So that was $83.39. We started the month with $953.29. We add $250 every month, and then we spent $83.39. So that brings us to a total of $1,119.90. So again, this is like if we needed something dramatically done. I think actually this year we're going to need a new furnace. So that will help pay for some of it, and then we'll have to use, you know, some savings and stuff to pay for the rest. Okay, next is gonna be my clothes, and I think I just picked up one thing, which was $142.37. So this was just a pair of jeans and a like tank top from Abercrombie & Fitch. I really like, I used to shop there a long time ago before they did the whole rebranding thing, and I mean, it's still super expensive, but I haven't shopped there in a while, and I actually really like their jeans. So it was really nice picking something up like that. I don't normally buy like super expensive clothes. I try and get stuff like a little bit more discounted so that I can buy more. But anyway, I have 75 cents remaining in my account there. And then we had some Christmas type of expenses. So these are Christmas and gifts. So my sister-in-law actually had her little baby boy, so we sent her some Sherry's Berries. Funny thing is, her name is Sherry, so it was kind of cute. So that was $72.90. And then my niece's birthday was in October, so we sent her some presents as well. That was $61.02. So for our Christmas and gifts, we spent $133.92. So we had $755.99. We added $250, and then we spent $133.92, which means that we have $872.07 remaining. And then last but not least, Jason spent $70.40 on some jeans. Jason like never buys clothes. He has a ton because he gets a lot of stuff for free from my brother-in-law, but yeah, so he had $275.93 and $270. We added $50, and then he spent $70.90 or $70.40. So he has $255.53 remaining. So those are all of the categories. You can see, like, I had a whole long page and it didn't feel overwhelming because I just went one by one and did it. I feel like that's the best way, because otherwise, I mean, looking at that page, it can definitely feel overwhelming. So I'm gonna go through and just zero these all out because we spent nothing from these. And we can total these all up. So for beauty, we started with $25.76, we added 50, so we have $75.76 remaining. For car insurance, we started with $256.85, we added $175, so now we have $431.85. We do pay our car insurance every 6 months. We like prepay, we get a pretty good discount, so it's not due again until I think the end of February. Car maintenance, we started with $381.80, we added in $75, so we have $456.80. This is for our 2013 Prius, our 2018 RAV4, and our 2013 Harley. I don't know what kind of version it is, but Jason has a motorcycle. So I know we're definitely gonna be using some of this for some Prius maintenance. My car needs a oil change, and then I'm sure there's gonna be other little things that need to be fixed as well. For car tags, we started with $254.44, we added in 50, and then we spent $154.40 for car tags for my car. So we have $150.04 remaining. Chapbooks, we have not added anything to it. We haven't actually used the chapbooks in a while, so we have $86.09 for that. Already did a bunch of these. For Costco, we have $45. This is for our annual membership. I just put $5 away so that we have plenty there. For diapers, we started with $33.55, we added in 50, so we have $83.55 remaining. And then for golf for Jason, he was actually negative $35.15 at the beginning of the month. We added in 25. So he is still negative $10.15. So next month he'll be positive, which is perfect because, you know, he won't be golfing for a while. It's really cold here. So by the time he starts golfing again, he'll have a nice chunk of change ready for that. I'm going to go through and just add up all of the amounts that we spent so I can put in all of our totals. I definitely anticipate like having a ton of transactions for sinking funds for the next couple of months, just because with the holidays coming up, I feel like it just happens that way. And that's totally fine, but just something that you have to stay on top of. I'm telling you guys, I feel like I need to seriously track expenses like every day, otherwise I get so overwhelmed. And again, we've had so many because of my business and, like, you know, just getting everything set up, that I feel like I've definitely felt very overwhelmed when it came to budgeting lately. And I think the only way to help that is to stay on top of it. Like, when you start feeling overwhelmed, it probably means that you need to sit down and track expenses more often. At least that's the case for me. So yeah, I'm gonna try and be better about that in November. I feel like I was good at it for a while, and then I don't know, when things get busy, like I said, budgeting just starts to kind of fall and be like something that I can do when I have the time. And I don't think that's like the right motto for us. I think for us, we need to be more on top of it. So hopefully me talking through this entire time didn't mess up my numbers. So we started with $6,381.84. We added in $2,645. We spent $1,915.37, which means we should have, yes, we did. So we did everything right. I added correctly this time. So we spent $1,915.37, and we have $7,000 $111.47 remaining. So now that this is all done, I can take this amount here, move it over to the beginning balance for November, and kind of go from there. Part of my process is I will not only do our family budget, I'll also have to close my business budget. And when I do that, I'll move over what we are like going to bring in to our family budget from the business budget. But before I can do that, I have to pay taxes and all of that. I like to pay my business taxes every month just so that the money is out of my account. I feel like it's the best. It's a good practice if you have a business, you're self-employed, just so that you're not, you know, using those funds when you shouldn't be. So anyway, that's the way that I handle my budget. So definitely check back in. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll have my November budget all ready and set to go. So it's definitely something that I need to do. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see the whole process. I try once in a while to show you guys every step of it so that you guys know exactly how I'm like closing out sinking funds and things like that. Let me know how you guys did in October. Hopefully you guys had a less hectic month than us. But again, I think it's completely normal once in a while to have those months. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.